In this course, we'll explore relativism, absolutism, and universalism. Let's take a look. Ethical relativism describes the position that what is good or bad changes depending on the individual or group, and that there are no moral absolutes. Relativists believe that what is right is determined by the culture and/or individual belief, and that there are no universal laws. One may look to anthropology and the rise of social science to explain the popularity of moral relativism. Over the course of studying different societies, past and present, primitive and sophisticated, anthropologists have found that there are very few universals across cultures. Basically, cultural relativism defines good as that which contributes to the health and survival of society. Cultural relativists recognize that cultures have very different definitions of right and wrong, and moral relativists argue that there are no fundamental or absolute definitions of right and wrong. Absolutism, as previously discussed, is the position that if something is wrong, it's always wrong. In opposition to cultural relativism, absolutists argue that just because there may be cultural norms endorsing some things, the norms do not make these acts moral, and there are absolute rights and absolute wrongs, whether we agree with them or not. Although cultural relativism holds that different societies may have different moral standards, it also dictates that individuals within a culture conform to the standards of their culture. Therein lies a fundamental flaw with the relativist approach. If there are no universal norms, why should individuals be required to conform to societal or cultural norms? If their actions are not accepted today, it might be argued that they could be accepted tomorrow, if not by their society, perhaps by some other. Relativism allows for different rules and different judgments about what is good. Proponents argue that it promotes tolerance. Universalists argue that if moral absolutes are removed, subjective moral discretion leads to egotistic and nationalistic rationalizations. Universalism is a similar concept in that it's the position that if what is considered wrong is wrong for all people, for all time, and if one wants to perform a certain act, one would have to agree that anyone else should be able to do it as well.